Shalom, I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Rakal, Kadar, respect and honor to the apostles who taught us this word, and salutations to you brothers that's coming out there, laying your life on the front line, you know what I'm saying, to preach this gospel of truth. Real quick, I just want to go over this. Now, I was feeling down and out, right? And this is how true the Lord is. I said, well, damn. I said, I'm separated from my family, separated from my son, separated from my wife. But I got peace, right? I got peace. But then I was saying, damn, I'm not staying in the same house as everybody. And it seemed like something just took some kind of evil force, right? That was upon me, that was coming upon me, right? And I was like, what is this? You know, and you know, if you with your family for 20 years and you're separated or whatever like that, and it's separated for a reason, you know what I'm saying, due to much of how can I say it? Negative activity, obsessive drinking, arguing and fighting and stuff like that. And I'm a man of the Lord. I can't be around stuff like that. I need peace and tranquility. Over indulging in alcohol, these are the things that I will not tolerate in my life. I will not accept it. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, man, you know, I'm having problems on the people in the world, on the job, and it's hitting me. Now I know who you ignorantly call Christ, where he says already that you're going to go through this, because I went through this too. And oh, Lord, behold, I said, I took the Nazarite rite. I'm going on 5 years. It's going on 5 years that I have no drinking, can't cut my hair, and stuff like that. And the Nazarite vow is that you being consecrated from the world and being closer to the Most High. And I said, nigga, what you thought? You thought it was going to be easy? Because you just said you're going to take a vow and you thought it was going to be easy? You thought that was supposed to be a light walk? And the Lord reminded me, yeah, you different from them niggas. And you going to go through a trial. Even Yahweh said it. Gird up yourself like a man and walk like a man and be a man. So what? Now, this is what a Nazarite is about, right? And it's a whole lot. You could read it yourself, but look it up. Now, it says, if I wish I could have turned this around for a quick second. You see the name in the highlighted? I'm going to leave it there for a second. Okay, but I'm going to read it now. Now, check this out. A Nazareth, more properly, a Nazareth, one of either a sex who has bound by a vow of a peculiar kind, to be set apart from others for the service of the Most High. The obligation was either for life or for a defined time. Now, then look at the yellow part that I showed you. Name, Nazar, Elohim, Nazareth of the Most High. The term comes from the verb nazir, to separate. It denotes in general one who is separated from certain things and unto others. You hear that? One is separated from certain things and others. Oh, you forgot. You thought it was supposed to be easy. This is what the Lord is doing, separating you from things and others. And you thought it was going to be a light walk, right? No, it's not going to be no light walk. It's going to be rough, okay? He purging. This is what this vow. Everybody think something's going to be so good and so easy. Nah. And now my heart rejoiced because I know I took the vow, but I didn't think it was going to be like so intense, like the things that was going on in my life, like really rough. So it says to separate, and denotes in general one who is separated for certain things, one who is separated from certain things, liquor, and unto others, people that's probably overindulging that and doing crazy things, right? That's not part of your lifestyle, of your walk. And it's only one walk. We're not dealing with people that's dealing with lukewarm people, trying to hold the fence. One way they want to act like they walking in, they hot, and the next thing they cold, but they want to be lukewarm, and there is no such thing. If you're gonna be cold, be cold. If you're gonna be hot, be hot. No lukewarm. Those are the sometime people. The Lord don't deal with sometimes. And then it says, one who is separated from certain things and unto others, and so distinguished from other persons and consecrated unto the Most High. According to others, the word Nazir, Nezar, a diadem, contain the original idea of Nazar, which will then radically signify to crown. And the hair is regarded as a crown to that person. In accordance with this view, the Nazareth is a crowned one. The Nazareth is a crowned one. The Nazareth is a crowned one. Okay? Because he has the crown, of the Most High upon his head. And this is why you walking through this walk. You have we live in this too, and we're not saying this. I'm living it. Okay, I'm living it. And it says, in accordance to a crown to the person, in accordance with this view, the Nazareth is a crowned one, because he has the crown of the Most High upon his head. Evidently, in allusion to the mass of uncut hair, which was considered an ornament. Now, let's get you a couple of scriptures on that. Let's go to Genesis 49:26. Genesis 49:26. And then I'm sitting here crying like a little sucker. Yeah, you gotta get on yourself, self-examine. Why is this happening to me? Why? Why am I going through this? Gird up yourself like a man. You thought this Nazareth vow, and it's going on 4.5 years. I think, Lord willing, next year, in the month of January, it should be done with. And no, so Genesis 49:26. Genesis 49:26. It says, the blessing of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Right? Excuse me. Right? So check that out. You see that? And then let's go to Deuteronomy 33:16. And for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwell in the bush, let the blessings come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Right? Hold on. Right? We're giving you these scriptures. And now that we gave you that, let's give you Numbers chapter 6, verse 7. Numbers chapter 6, verse 7. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, for his brother, or for his sister, when they die, because the consecration of his power, of his God, is upon his head. all the days of his separation, he is holy unto the Lord. Okay, so we can't be around dead bodies. Hopefully no one that we love go to the pass away, because we can't be there. Okay, if we do, we have to start that vow all over again. Okay, so that's one of them. And let's go to 2 Samuel 14:25. 2 Samuel 14:25. This Bible is real, y'all, and the Lord is real, you know. And it's not like we're not like these sucker Christians either. We are warriors as well, but we have to conduct ourselves a certain way. And we can't let, it doesn't matter. See, this is how you know if you're a full disciple of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh, who you illly call Christ. Because things is going to be hard, and you may lose everything. Job lost his wife. People lost his wife but separated, because this is where they want to be. But at the same time, when the Lord has you separating yourself from them, you start to see what kind of people they really are. Are they self-centered people? Okay? Because, see, you got a crown. And everybody feel like you think you better than us. And this is the first thing they all say when they all go against you. He don't know the Bible. Okay? He's not the Bible, the Lord. Okay? Then the second thing they say is that he think he's better than us because we not trying to stop drinking, and we not trying to stop smoking cigarette or stop smoking weed. And who is he to judge us? You know what I'm saying? I have to tell people to stop polluting their body with these things, because I am commanded to do so. And if I don't do these things, the Lord's judgment is upon my head. Okay? So I have a heavy duty. Cry out loud, Isaiah 58:1, which says, cry out loud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet. The voice is the Bible. And the Bible is the trumpet that we are telling the people their transgressions. All you got to do is repent and not do those certain things. All you got to do is slow down and not overindulging in alcohol, because alcohol makes you leave. It brings shame to you. Okay? And if you love somebody, you don't want shame to come to them. Okay? And these are the worldly people that's saying, go ahead, you can drink, live your life. Those are people that's wicked. Okay? And they are condemning themselves, but they want to condemn other people with them. But this is the Lord separating you. You're the light, they're the darkness. Okay? And you might even lose all of that for that. But guess what? This is your walk in a life. And this is what you have to do. So who you going to walk with? You're going to walk with what they feel, your family members, because what Yahweh said, who's my brothers and sisters? Those who follow me wherever I go, those who keep in the commandments and living like Yahweh's life. That's who's my brothers and sisters, not niggas that manifest it. Just talk it, but they don't live it. That's the whole thing. That's why a lot of Israelites is falling out now, because they preaching to you a gospel, but they ain't living it. And how could you say you have faith if you ain't living it? You just talking about it. You're giving people itching ears, things that they want to hear. Nah, because you're afraid not to be liked. I don't give a damn not to be liked. Okay? So now 2 Samuel's, where were we at? 14:25. 2 Samuel 14:25. 2 Samuel 14:25. 2 Samuel 14:25. And it says, but in all Israel there was none to be so much praised as Absalom for his beauty. For the sole of his foot, even to the crown of his head, was no blemish in him. And when he pulled his hair, for it was at every year's end that he pulled it, because the hair was heavy on him. Therefore he pulled it. He weighed the hair of his head at 200 shekels after the king's weight. And unto Absalom there were born 3 sons and daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was a woman of fair countenance. Nice looking woman. Okay? So that's all we trying to bring you. And this is what happened. The crown on my head, the crown one. And we got to read it again. It says, the term comes from the verb Nazir, to separate. So we're going to have to separate from people. And those who be there, they'll be there. Those who ain't going to be there, they ain't meant to be there. What if the Lord's trying to clean them out your life? What if the Lord is trying to cleanse them out your life? But you thinking it's something else. This is the sacred vow that you took. it's going to be rough. But you're purging out all these things and you're seeing things for what they are. What did it say? Listen to this. It says, and denotes in general one who is separated from certain things, alcohol, people, places, and events. Okay? And that's true. Okay? One who is separated from certain things and unto others, people, and so distinguished from other persons as consecrated unto the Most High. Okay. Hold on. And it says, now here's what it is. Verse 5. Meaning of the vow. As the name means, it was an act of consecrating oneself to Yahweh. Numbers chapter 6, verse 2. And that negatively by renouncing, check this out, and that negatively by renouncing the world with its pleasures that are so unfavorable to sanctification and all its defiling influences. So the people you with, they are the world, and you becoming an enemy because you're not of that sect. And they can't see it because they don't walk in the light. They might have a thing, they ain't pick up no one Bible verse. They'll always say, oh, I know he's in my heart and God. Stop speaking of God. God ain't working with y'all niggas. You do some good things, you might do some good things, but to how do you love God? You keep his commandments. And if you're not keeping his commandments, you are not of the Most High. That's just you talking. Feelings and emotions. There's a way that you have to live. And they'll say, well, everybody can't be like you. No, it's not trying to be like me. It is what the Lord ordained for you to be like, for us to be like. So either you're going to live it or you're going to do your own thing. But please don't make excuses and don't give your own interpretation, because it's only one interpretation of the Bible. One. Not your feelings, not your emotions. One interpretation of the Bible. And the Lord probably going to purge niggas out, and that's the way it's going to be. But I have to get ready. Because it ain't for them, it's for me. Now look at it. It says, and the negativity by renouncing the world. So we renouncing this world, this filthy world. Okay? Y'all niggas is not going to be drunk talking about this and that. You're not going to be around me. And it's going to be, it says, are so unfavorable to sanctification and all its defiling influences. Yeah, we get all its defiling influences. And positively by giving a certain complexion to life as being special devoted to the Lord. Consequently, the Nazarite was holy unto the Lord. Abstinence from fruit of the vine was meant not merely to secure that sorority which is necessary to qualify one for the service of the Lord. No alcohol, no liquor. You know what I'm saying? The service of the Lord, but to serve as a symbol of the renunciation of those delicacies of the flesh that tend to endanger a man's sanctification. The long, uncut hair of a Nazareth was the symbol of strength and abundant vitality, and was worn in honor of the Lord as a sign that he belonged to the Lord and dedicated himself to his service with all his vital powers. Then, too, a luxurious growth of long hair was looked upon as imparting a somewhat handsome appearance and ornament, and in the case of a Nazarite, was the diadem of the head consecrated to the Most High. Jeremiah 7:29. Jeremiah 7:29. Jeremiah 7:29. Let's get that. And that's it. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 29. Cut off thy hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places, for the Lord hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. See that? And it says, just start at 26. Yeah, they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. And that's how, hey, man, that's how our family, our household is probably now. They ain't listening to this, man. And all you trying to do, you ain't telling people they got to be like you, but you're going to have to live a certain way of being around me. We're not going to have nigga nasty stuff around us. We're not going to have that. We're going to have straight gate. So you don't want to walk that walk, man. You get the fuck away from me. Okay? And stay the fuck away from me. And walk your path into destruction. And that's people, places, and things. Okay? It's only the straight gate. And the broad narrow is the narrow of destruction is broad, and many walking in that path. You know why? Because they want to do what they want to do. They want to live their life according to the world, not according to the Bible. And they say, "Oh, you live your life, I live your life." Nah, man, stop that. It's a fly and it's bull crap. We got the crown on our head, man, and that's why the diadem. You see that crown, and we live in it. We're not talking it. All praises due to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hope you was edified. Stand strong in this truth. And sometimes when you go through this walk, it's not going to be an easy walk. But sometimes the scriptures, not sometimes, all the time, the scriptures remind you what the events that's taking place with you, along with you praying, why these things are happening. Baby, you got the Nazarite crown around you. You got the diadem. Okay? It don't mean that you saved yet, but you got the diadem. You give him your glory to them. You didn't think your household was going to be crazy? You don't think you're going to have them demons coming out? And guess what? They might get the very one that you love. It's demons. Because you remind them of how they should be living. But they can't live it because the Lord don't call. Many are called, but few are chosen. Keep the diadem. Don't let nobody... What was it, Peter? I think Peter said, don't let nobody take your crown. Ain't nobody taking my crown. Shalom.